Hey everyone, SimFarm here and welcome to Farming Simulator 25 and my first Let's Play series on the new game. So for this one we're going to be starting off on the new East Asia map, Hutan Pantai. So I'm really looking forward to jumping into this map. This is my first time loading the game up, so I've not actually loaded into any of the maps myself yet to have a look around. I'm literally going to be jumping straight in. For this series I'm just going to jump in and start playing. I'm not going to go around map tour or looking for all the vehicles and equipment. So this is purely just going to be jump in and play the game, how it's set up. So as you can see from the menu, when you start up a new save game, we've got a few new options now we can select from. So we've got the presets you can select as previously. So we've got new farm mode, farm manager and start from scratch. And then we get the options to adjust the start money, start loan, economic difficulty, and then we can choose to have the start farm, yes or no. And then the guided tour you can turn on or off if you wish. So I'm going to start with the economic difficulty of normal, which is generally what I play on for Farm Simulator. So you've got the same options before: easy, normal and hard. So we'll go with normal. We'll leave the start loan as 0, but you can change that from 0, 100,000, 250, 500, 750 and 1 million. And then the start money we can change from 100,000 to 250, 500, 750 and then 1 million. Shame there's no option to start with 0 as you can with the start loan, because myself and I know a lot of others like to do the kind of like starting with 0 challenges and stuff like that. So it would be nice if just to make things a bit easier on that front to just set your money to 0 to start with, but we'll go with those settings. So let's jump into the map and yes, take a look around. So yeah, mods and DLC. I do have the Macdon pack. So that's already selected. Right, so yeah, let's jump in. So I said this is my first time loading up the game. I do like the new menu. The graphics there, it does look nice and clean. Okay, so as FS22, we've also got the character creation. I've just gone through quickly, just set my character up. So very generic, just the standard person, but we've got a few different options for head styles. And then we've got a few options for hairstyles, and then you can obviously change the colour. So quite a few options on the colour palette there. And we've got different facial hair, and then the clothing presets. We've got a few different presets previously. I think a lot of these are very similar to FS22. It doesn't look like there's overly too many new ones. One thing I couldn't find, a bit similar to the jumper with that I had on, created myself on FS22 with the Sim Farmer down the arm. I had my logo on the back. Yeah, one thing I can't find is just a standard plain hoodie. So we've got jumpers, but it doesn't seem like there's a hoodie like we had previously. I always like to wear a hoodie. Yeah, I'm just going to go with the Farm Simulator hoodie. So yeah, I've got a few different options, same clothes again, but yeah, I don't think there's much new. I can see some branded stuff that we can change the colour on as well. Different footwear and a few different hats as well. Now, a lot of these I think are pretty much exactly the same as previously, and then gloves. And then some glasses if you would like. So we'll confirm that and we'll jump in. So we are now in East Asia on Hutan Pantai. So this is where we load in. It may take a little bit just to build up the shader cache. So we've got the talking NPCs, which are a bit freaky. Oh, start conversation.
Hey there, what's the good word?
What's the good word? Don't know. I need to go. Not going to spend too much time talking to the NPCs. They're a bit freaky. So we've got sleep trigger here. So this looks like our main farmhouse. So it looks like we've got the lizard dragon pickup truck, dump truck. The little ape 50. And we've got the Mass Ferguson 8570 combine with the grain header. We've got, what's this, the Agco white tractor. Yep, so we've got the white 8510. The John Deere 980 cultivator. Looks like we've got the Great Plains seed drill. So notice as well everything's got a little bit of damage on. 10% damage on that. I think there was 12 on one of the other ones. Yeah, 12 on that one. 13% on that one. Yeah, it's getting a few little graphical issues. Game's a little bit laggy at the moment, but I think that's just building up the shader cache. So we own this field here, so we've got a field of rice that is ready to harvest. We've got the greenhouse, which I think we can grow the rice saplings in. Yep. We can. Looks like we need to put some water in that though. It might be missing some water. It looks like we've actually got 2 fields of rice. Field 31 as well. Or farmland 31. Is this also... Yeah, farmland 31 as well, so we also own this area. And then we've got 28 and 27 by the looks of it. So 28 just over the road. So this one needs lime, so we'll need to get a lime spreader. Get some lime spread on here. So it looks like we've got a farm silo. And then we've got, yeah, field 27, which looks like it's a ploughed field. There's the new plough texture. So this one also needs lime, so we'll need to get a lime spreader of some sort to get those fields prepped for crops. So we are starting in August. Is that all the equipment we've got? We do not have a trailer to... Any grain in? What is this? This is the medium mushroom greenhouse. So this one also looks like it needs some sort of materials. So let's jump into the actual menu and see. So here's the PDA for Hutan Pantai. Very colourful. It doesn't look particularly big. Obviously it's a bit deceiving because they've got all this extra bit round now. Yeah, how many fields? We've got 45, 46, 47. Looks like about 47 fields. So productions, we've got the rice sapling greenhouse, which needs water to produce rice saplings. So we'll need to get a water tanker to get some water to that. And then the mushroom greenhouse also just requires water to produce the 2 types of mushrooms. So let's have a look in our garage. Used vehicle sales, we've got again mods of DLCs, others. So do we not have a garage like we used to? Okay. Yeah, just looking on the previously we had the little garage icon. You could just click on that and it shows all the owned equipment. That doesn't seem to be an option for some reason. Oh, we do have the rice harvester. Where is it? Oh, how did I completely miss that? I went over to the seed row, did not see that there. We've got the planter as well. But do we actually have a trailer to... Oh, we don't need the trailer technically because we've got the dragon. So yeah, as we've got rice to harvest, let's jump in this and go and harvest some rice. One thing I do need to do though is change the game settings. So seasonal growth we want on 1 day per month. Don't want fixed visual month, we'll leave snow on. Crop destruction on. Periodic ploughing we'll put on. Field stone line, weeds. Disaster destruction we'll leave enabled for now. So I'm a bit interested to see how that is. So options for that, we can have visuals only or disabled completely. So I do like the fact they've added the option to turn that off if you don't like it, because I'm not sure how well I'm going to enjoy that. So dirt I usually have on slow. Automatic engine start off. Stop go braking on. Fuel usage we'll have on high. I usually put on because I do find it is quite low in game generally. We'll turn these off and turn these off as well. So general settings, help window off, colorblind mode off, interactive zone markers, turn those off. I might actually leave those on for a little bit just to make things a bit easier until we get used to it. Field info on, money, dollar, pound, euro. It's interesting as well, they haven't added like another option for the East Asia map for currency. I think I might just leave it in euros for now. Measuring unit, we'll keep kilometers. Radio off. Reset vehicle camera off. Indoor camera suspension off. I usually have that off when in first person. Find especially when you're doing time lapse, bouncing up and down is gets a little bit much. So yeah, plenty of settings. One I want to change as well is the steering sensitivity. I usually tend to have that quite low. And I think will do for now. So yeah, let's go and harvest some rice. We've got 2 fields ready to go. So far, to me, it doesn't look vastly different to FS22. One thing I will do as well is just turn the game speed down. Oh. So away we go, our first harvest on FS25, the rice, using the Izeki Japan 6130. So I'm just going to stop that there, let's just jump out. What condition is this field in? So the yield bonus is only plus 27%, so there's 0 fertiliser on it, needs ploughing as well. So yeah, we're not going to get the best yield off this, but might give us a little bit of extra income. We'll have to check the crop rotation calendar as well, see what crops we can put in and when things can be planted. Also we'll see when the best price is for selling the rice. But yeah, it looks like actually it's going to take quite a while to fill this harvester up. We are going up to 10% full. So we're very low yielding field though, it's not the best start, but we can start getting some of these fields prepped. So for next harvest we can try and maximise the yield we can get off them. But I do like the actual grass. I think the grass looks a lot lusher. It looks a lot thicker than it did previously. I do like the colour of it as well, it's a nice texture, and it doesn't have that meadow grass that we had previously with the flowers everywhere, which one thing I didn't overly like. Would have been nice if we had a few different options for painting like different grass textures as well. Well, there are a few little weeds and flowers in the grass, but they're not kind of all over the place like they were previously. And the trees look a lot denser as well. Foliage on the trees looks a lot more dense. So yeah, we'll get this field harvested, and then we'll get the field 31 done as well. And see how much rice we get, see whether it's worth selling now or holding on to until there's a better price for it. And then we can start getting some fields prepped for the next crops. Okay, so that is our first field harvested. Get the pipe out. I'll go and get the lizard dragon. That's quite a long pipe. A lot longer than I was expecting it to be. Suppose probably you can reach out to the field quite easy. Let's just stop that there. And we'll go and grab the lizard dragon so we can get that unloaded. But yeah, I'm still getting those little graphical issues every now and then. It's a little bit flickering on some of the textures. So I might just go out the game in a second, just adjust some of the actual game settings, see if I can remove that issue. Let's get this unloaded, and what I'm going to do is I'll probably get a worker to harvest the next field. So try out the new AI worker, yeah, well that works. But before we do that, I'll just jump out the game and just try adjusting some of the settings and see if I can remove that issue with the graphics flickering. Okay, so we'll get a worker to do the next field. I did try changing some of the settings, but they just seem to make it worse. I've reverted back to what I had them initially, so I've still got that slight flickering. I'll have to try and work out what that is. So if we... I don't know if we need to drive into the field a little bit. So to hire a standard worker, we just press B if you're on the controller, H on keyboard. If you hold the button down, we get the new menu, so the AI setting, or we can select the steering assist. So this automatically defaults to the best options the game determines for the field and the equipment being used. So we've got working width 2 meters. Number of headlands it's set as 3, which is the auto. It's set to work the headlands first and actually work the headlands, so you can turn the headlands off. If you want to do it manually, then it will just do the up down in the middle of the field. You can turn that on, then you can set it to start with the up down first or headland second, or we can skip lines as well. But we'll keep it pretty much as standard. We'll press OK. And now if we press B, the worker will now run that course and harvest this field. We'll leave it there. We'll leave the worker to get on with that. So we get our water pump here so we can flood the field afterwards. So while the worker does that, we'll go and how much have we got in here? So we've only 23% full, so we can fit plenty more in that. What we'll do is just quickly have a look at the price. So commodities. So we are currently harvesting rice. So much stuff on here now, and this is all just base game. There's absolute ton of stuff on here now. We've got like rope. So we've got some of the stuff from the premium DLC. So we've got triple suit we can do on here. Wood beams, wall, totem mix ration. We've got so much stuff. Roof plates, which I presume we'll need for the temple, which we'll have a look at some point during the series. Prefab walls, planks long, planks, peas, all the new crops, olive oil, olives, oyster mushrooms, paper roll, parsnips, noodle soup, snapper cabbage. So much stuff on here. So we just want regular rice, which is here. So best price currently, can we sort this? This is one thing I would like to have seen them put back in as well, which is one thing you could do on the older games, was you could select one of these categories and it would list them in price order. So currently the best one is the grey mill, 2067, and looking at that, the highest price is 2079, so we're not actually off the highest price for rice, so now's probably a good time to sell. So it looks like we've had a low of 1,861 and a high of 2,079 in July. So yeah, we'll probably sell the rice. It does go up a little bit in September, but looking at what the current price is to the highest, it doesn't look like it's potentially going to go up too much. So we'll sell the rice once we've finished the harvest. So what we should do next is we jump into the white tractor. Let's just take a look at the map and see where the vehicle store is. We'll go and get a little trailer so we can get some water. So it looks like this store's down here. Is that the store? Is that no, that's a warehouse. So there's the vehicle shop. So we need to come out the farm. We'll follow that road down to the right, take a left there and then left again, and follow that road round to get to the vehicle store. So let's go and explore the map a little bit. So here is the vehicle store. It looks like we've got the workshop trigger there. We do have a little bit of damage on this. I probably won't repair it, but it's interesting to see how much it's actually going to cost. So repaint seems like it's very expensive again, 8,680. It's probably about 50% worn. And currently to repair was about. Let's just do that while we're here. Oh, achievement! It just fell off. So we've got our first achievement for repairing the tractor. So let's go shopping. So we want a trailer for water, which would come under which category? Usually generally come up under animals. So we've got, yeah. So we've got the Abbey 550, the 1600, or the MKS 8, or the MKS 32. A little bit pricey for us at the moment. I don't quite think we need anything that big, so we'll probably just go with this smaller one to start with. So let's buy one of these. So options, we've got just changing the rim colour, change the actual price, plus 1,000 for changing the rim colour. I think we'll keep it standard. License plate we can change as well, we'll just leave it generic for now. So this is the new vehicle shop, for this map at least. I don't know if it's potentially different on each one or whether this is just the generic garage for each map. So we'll buy that, 5,850. One thing I didn't look as well, I should have checked. Used vehicle sales. Yeah, not much in there at the moment. We've got a header for our combine, which we've already got. We've got the seed drill that we own as well. And then we've got the new ProTill 40 exact, 60% off, 52,616. Is a 4 meter. That's actually slightly smaller than the current one we've got, but that is a planter by the looks of it. Yeah, so that one does the corn, sunflowers, soybeans. Is that sorghum? Yeah, it looks like sorghum has to be planted now rather than used with a seed drill. And we can no longer do soybeans with a seed drill either, like we could previously. We only now do that with a planter, which is slightly interesting. But yeah, let's get this water trailer filled up so we can get some water into the greenhouses. Probably really didn't need to bring this big tractor just for this tiny little water tanker. Let's see where we can possibly get some water from. There's some little streams about, and obviously there's water around the edge of the map down that left hand side and along the bottom. But there is a little stream down to right, seems might be at quite a distance to go, but generally the water fill points tend to charge you a bit of money. So, see if we can get some water out of this stream down here. It might be quite a tractor drive. Can we get some water out? No, it's just a... I don't think we're going to get any water out of that. We can try. Yeah, it's not letting me fill up. I do like the actual, now the water reacts to the vehicle or equipment going in it. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, so we'll look at probably putting a water fill point in. I'm sure there's one in build mode. Is that not something I've actually looked in yet? So we'll get back to the farm and then we'll have a look, see if we can place a water fill point if there's not one already on the farm. Okay, so the worker has just finished. So that's the, well, that one section of that field done, farmland 31. So we'll get that unloaded and we'll get them started on the next one. So I don't know if there's a water fill point anywhere. Let's have a look in build mode and see. So this is quite a bit different. So we've got different categories. So we've got a few silos to choose from. Silo extensions. So we've got the supplementary water tank that we can put on to increase the water capacity a little bit. We've got constructables. So we've got the buildable farmhouses now. So these are all under constructables, a few garages as well. So they require actually building, so we have to deliver materials to them to build those up. But they only cost 1,000 to put down, and then obviously whatever the materials required. So we've got a few diesel tanks, and then the water tank, 3,000. I know this is going to charge us, but going to be a long distance, keep driving backwards and forwards. So maybe we can fit this in here. So can we do the 3-mode placement? Toggle free mode is now B. So if we just drop that there, let's have a look. I just want a quick look at the landscaping. So we've got the raise lower, flatten, smooth, and then the slope tool. And then painting, it's all a little bit different to how it was. One thing that really annoyed me with 22 was the fact that it took up the lower third of the screen with the menu. It would be nice if you could collapse this menu once you'd selected your tool so you can see the whole screen, because that does take up quite a bit down that left hand side now. So we've got some placeable trees. Oh, that does look nice though. We've got a few different grass. So it looks like short grass. I don't know if that actually grows though. I'm not going to do any of this because it does get expensive quite quick. But yeah, let's get this filled up. But I'm really looking forward to doing some landscaping and seeing how it all works. So yeah, this is charging us as I suspected it would. So 374 to refill. I suppose it's one of those things, it's part of the game and you would have water fees. Unless you've got your own water source, like a rain collector. It's one thing they should have in game. If I was any good at modding, that's one thing I'd probably look at doing. In a rain collector. So we can get some water. So that one is now some water in, so that one should now be active. So if we fill up the rice saplings so that one can start production as well. We might need some rice saplings to replant these fields. So this should now both be active. And we'll just put a little bit in there. We're not going to completely fill it up. We'll just get enough in there to get it started. Dump water. I don't want to dump my water. A bit of unusual wording for refilling the greenhouse. Dump. Right, so that's full. That didn't seem to take much water at all. 2,000 litres. And that, both of those now underway. So yeah, we'll get the harvester unloaded. As you can see, the worker did a pretty good job. to be fair, it's not the most difficult of fields to harvest, is it? It's more square. Yeah, we'll get this unloaded and we'll get the next field harvested. While we're just waiting for that, we'll just check the crop calendar. So rice we can plant in April and May. So yeah, we can't do any rice planting until next year anyway, so we don't need to worry about that. But the other fields we could possibly get. We're in August, so canola could be planted if we want to do canola for next year. So we've got August, September is the only months we can do canola. Poplars, which I don't think we'll be doing poplars anytime soon. And then we've got grass and oilseed radish we can put in as well. Now, how is the best way to get down to that level? So yeah, we'll get the AI worker to do the next field as well. What we'll do in this one, we'll actually do it as a time lapse and watch it, see how well it actually works. And then once this one's done, we can sell the rice. We'll take it to the grain mill, which currently has the best price. We'll get that sold, see how much we make. It's not going to be a huge amount because these fields, say, aren't in the best condition. So what is this one? So yeah, this one's only 27% as well. But we'll do the same. We'll get the work set up, so we'll keep it standard. So it's headlands first, do headlands and everything. So we'll do that. I say we'll get a worker to do this one, and then we'll watch it. Okay, so that is all our rice done, all 3 fields harvested. We'll get this unloaded into the Lizard Dragon, and then we'll get this sold. We'll find out where the grain mill is and take it down there. The AO worker system seems to work reasonably well. So they are pretty straightforward fields though, so nothing too difficult. So it's going to be interesting to see on some of the odd shape fields how well they work, and then with some of the different equipment as well as we go through the game. I will also try out the guided driving as well, assist for manually, kind of like a GPS system. We'll try that and see how it works at some point. But that is all the rice harvested. Not sure exactly how much we've got, it's not a huge amount. They only 27% yield bonus on the fields. It's far less than what it could be. So we'll get this parked back in the shed. So we'll take the rice to sell, see how much we make from our first income on our little farm. One thing I need to look at as well is how much fields are to purchase. It would be nice to try and buy a field that has a harvestable crop in it, as we do have the Mass Ferguson combine, but we don't have any fields that have any crops in that we can actually harvest using it, so it's kind of a bit of an odd choice to start with that when we can't actually use it until next year. We'll just park this up in here. Keeps throwing me because it keeps getting out the opposite side to what you used to. So yeah, the grain mill was the best price. So let's have a look. Grain mill. Let's just tag that and have a look on the map. If we can find the grain mill. So there it is. Or the grain hut. So looks like we go up past the vehicle store, and then we can go down by field 40, down that way. Field 40 or farmland 40. There, farmland 40 or field 40. Well, how much is price? Let's have a look. I did say find. So field 49 is currently ready to harvest, which is like a field of wheat. So how much is that to purchase? So just come with quite a bit of excess land there. So yeah, 140,000. And it possibly looks like that's not usable area at all. So considering that one's got a much larger field, is 136. It's actually a smaller area in total, because that one's got all this excess. It's a bit more expensive. So yeah, it doesn't look like there's possibly a good field that we could buy. That one, farmland 1, that's quite big though. So field 21's ready to harvest, which is oats. And field 11 looks like wheat as well. That one's also ready to harvest. And 42. So how much are they? I don't like this having to scroll through the farmland. I much prefer the previous one where you just toggle between the two different options on the map. Bit annoying having to keep scroll back through. So that one's only 56,880 and 0.95 hectares. That one's 8,712, 1.3 hectares. And 21, that's, yeah. Find a lot of land there that you probably can't use as well. Not sure exactly what that area is like, but quite a big area. So possibly field 11 or 42 could be options. But yeah, we'll get the rice sold first. See how much we actually make from that. Oh, look. Down in the right-hand corner now, I've tagged the grain mill on the map. It's actually showing a little marker of the direction of it. And also showing the distance as well. Well, that's now disappeared. Yeah, we'll head over to the grain mill. We'll get this sold. See how much we make from our first harvest on FS25. Okay, so we're over at the grain mill. Let's see how much we make for our first harvest. I do find that even with the steering sensitivity set to 50% with the Xbox controller, handling the this truck is still a little bit twitchy. But you know, tiny little movement on the stick and it kind of turns way too much. Well, there we go, 10,103 harvest income. That takes up to 99,581. So we're almost back to where we were. Let's just have a quick look around the grain mill while we're here. So it looks like this is a purchasable production. 288,000 to purchase. So there are some collectibles as well. I'm not sure what the actual collectibles are on this. I say I haven't been overly looking at too much early access stuff. I kind of wanted to explore it myself. I can't see anything. It is quite a large building though. I'll get through there. Yes, I don't think purchasing the grain mill's quite in our budget just yet. And we're definitely not producing enough crops to warrant buying the grain mill anytime soon. Okay, so back at the farm, and we'll just get this park back up. Right, so let's check our field. So this one's been ploughed, but needs a lot. It's still showing it needs ploughing now. I've turned on periodic ploughing. So even though it's got the plough texture, it looks like it needs ploughing again. So I presume all fields will probably require ploughing. Not necessarily all of them will need lime though. So this one needs ploughing. Let's check these bottom two. Did this one need lime as well? Yeah, Yeah, needs lime, requires ploughing. And this one just needs ploughing. I presume this other section of 31 as well will also be the same. Just need to plough those. So we've got all the fields need ploughing before we put the next crops in, and 2 of them require lime. Yeah, just ploughing on that one as well. We don't currently have a plough. So yeah, we're going to need to buy one. So then we'll head down to the store and we'll pick up a spreader so that we can do lime, see what's available, and also look again to plough as well. Okay, so let's see what we can get in terms of a plough and a spreader. So check the used equipment again. I'm expecting anything new to have come up yet, but you never know. So yeah, I really don't like this menu either. I much prefer the FS22 layout. I don't know, it's one of those things because it's so different. It's different from what you're used to. So over time you'll probably get more used to it. But initially it's just a bit odd. So plows, we've got the 2.5 meter. I think that's going to be a little bit too big. 4.2. I don't think we really need anything that big. So the Agromaz is probably the best option. That one's going to be a little bit too small, really. So we'll get one of those. I think we might be better off just leasing one for now rather than buying one. How much was that due to lease? 816, so 320 base cost, 160 per work day, and 336 per work hour. We're not going to need to plough our fields every year. It might just be initially this first time for most fields for now. There's a little point buying something we're not going to use very often, and yeah, I need to get used to this menu. So yield improvements. So fertilizer spreaders. Yeah, there's not a separate one for lime spreaders. So that one only just seeds. So looks like the Bradle's the cheapest option we've got currently. So that's 45,000. Yeah, so I think we'll lease one of these as well. Do we really need the extension? I mean, technically we've only got 2 fields to do, but this is the smallest lime spreader we've got in the base game. So we could put the 6 spreading unit, but I think for the size of the fields we don't really need that. It will increase the width of the spread for lime, but I think that extra money is not really worth it this time. What is the capacity? So that's 9,000 litres. Or we could boost it up to 14. And that will increase the cost by 2,435 if we go for the small one. So yeah, it's not much more. We might as well go with the big one. It's not a huge increase to the lease costs. So that's a capacity of 14,000 litres of lime. Or solid fertilizer. So we want consumables, we want lime, so 450 per bag. Or 450 for the pallet. Let's go with the big bags. So we want 14,000 litres worth. So 3,150. There we go. We'll get the spreader filled up. Get the line spread on those 2 fields, and they will all be then ready for ploughing. Okay, so we're just about managing to get back to the farm. A bit of a struggle up that hill, and that AI vehicle behind me actually went to try and overtake me. at one point. It was like on the wrong side of the road. Pulled out to go past, then completely stopped, which is a bit interesting. Now this is one thing I completely forgot how slow the base game speeds are. For a long time I've been using the adjustable work speed mod on 22, just increasing the speeds a little bit, just to try and help get more done in a video. And also we can see the deformation in the field from this big heavy spreader. I'm going to stop that there and we'll have a look at that. So it doesn't feel like it's actually there, like character's not dropping down. Doesn't feel like you're actually walking down a dip. But it's quite a bit different, so it does feel like there's a nice big visual drop. But yeah, it would be nice if the when you walked across it, you kind of bobbed up and down a little bit as you went through the dip. But you can see the one from the actual tractor itself first. So not quite as deep, and obviously not as wide. But it does look quite good. Initially, when I first saw the video, it did look a little bit excessive with what I was doing, but I think that was probably just a preview version. It was kind of probably a little bit exaggerated. Okay, so that's the line spreading all done. We've still got 40% left, so didn't need to buy quite as much, but we know for next time. We'll get this unloaded. We can return the spreader because we don't need it again. And when we come to do fertilising, we'll probably look at something different to use. If we just unload this here. And I'll get the plough ready for next time. We can get those fields ploughed. We'll also have a look as well. I presume we can mulch these fields. So they're 50% fertilised. So it seems like they've been fertilised after harvest. Whether that's the stubble from like the crop that's been put back into the field counts as fertilising state. Let's just check these fields. So they all need ploughing. We can do next time. As I said, I've left stones on, so we will need to deal with the stones as well. At some point, I probably will get rid of those. Watered, I presume, is when we flood the fields. It will show us being watered on there. Don't think that's like an irrigation system for other crops. So needs rolling and mulch state as well. So what we'll do is just have a quick look at what options we've got for mulchers. So that bring the yield improvers. So stone pickers, we've literally got one option this time. Would have been nice to see some more options other than just one. So we get a few options for mulchers. So we could have a look at possibly mulching the field. See if we can get the best bonus we can get for the next harvest. Try and maximise our yields. So yeah, we'll leave it there for this episode. So I hope you have enjoyed it. So it's going to take me a little bit to get into the swing of things. And so for me, this was literally the first time I'd jumped in the game. So I hadn't previously had a look around or tried things out. So yeah, it's all completely new to me as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting some more progress done on here and exploring the map a little bit more over this series and trying out some of the new features as well. So yeah, big thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, then please do consider subscribing. We'll have plenty more Farming Simulator 25 content coming up. Weird. Like staring at me. Am I not meant to be around there? It's like watching what I'm doing. Yeah, so it does look like these NPCs are just going to stand in a fixed spot all the time. I was hoping that maybe like they'd be walking around in an area a little bit, whether they disappear at a certain time or they're just going to stand there all night or whether. We'll see. But yeah, if you've enjoyed it, then please consider subscribing. We've got plenty more Farming Simulator 25 content coming up. We're going to have a new time-lapse series, this series, and also the live streams as well. So again, big thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Goodbye.